Okay, this is part 2. We're gonna detail the ear. Alright. There are multiple ways to separate the ear from the head without actually detaching them, but so it's just not this big white space here, is ear fluff, which I stated at the beginning of this video. We're gonna draw that in now. Ear fluff can be pointing straight up, but it can also be bent and curly. It just based on what type of hair you want it to be. Because basically, ear fluff's just the hair the wolf doesn't actually have. Mostly foxes have this, but I put it on wolves too because, well, yeah, to separate. I'm not exceptionally good at drawing ear fluff, but just showing you how I do it. I usually do it more simple than this. So yeah, there's an ear fluff. You can do it on the other side. It should be easier on the other side. Just yeah. Alright. The body is a hell of a lot more complicated. So how am I going to do this? Alright. Now that we got the head drawn, we're gonna want to save this. Just be like wolf. Just save it as wolf. Again, this is Flash, so everything's saved as an FLA, so it can only be opened in Flash, so it can't be photoshopped. You'll have to export it there. Alright. From this side view, we're going to want to draw a circle for one of the shoulders. So yeah, there's a shoulder. Yay. I'll zoom out so it's a lot easier. Alright. Let's shrink this up a bit so I have more space to work. Now I have a shoulder. You're going to want to, whatever direction you want the arms in. For me, I'll just have them straight down. This hand will be right here. Alright, you're going to want to draw just a little box here to tell you that's where his neck ends. And a line for the body. His waist will be right here. So I'm going to basically draw the shape of him down quickly. Alright, I'll do this body part first. Alright, this is going to be a little more complicated. You're just basically going to want to keep drawing little parts and find out the shape of his arm before you just draw it. I make that fail so many times. Once you got the shape of his arm kind of figured out, you can ink it or whatever you want to call it. And then erase all the little lines on the inside, because that's going to be a real bother if you just leave them there. Paws for me are really hard, so when I get to that point, I'm probably going to have to do a lot of trials, because I fail at drawing paws. Well, there's his arm. There's the wolf. This is not Ben, so yeah. Alright. Alright, there's the arm. Again, I keep repeating myself. You can finish up the chest. Okay, the chest has fluff too if you want it to. It doesn't necessarily have to, but I like doing that, so add some little fluff to the chest. And the chest fluff doesn't just off the front, it comes off the sides too, so let's add some side fluff. There you go. Okay, the tail's kind of tricky. Draw his butt. Just be like, oh yeah, butt. Alright. And like he did for the arm, he drew the line in between. Oh god, my elbow's so effed up. Right there, better, way better. Alright, for the tail, you're going to have to draw bones. So draw a little circle where you want the tail to start. Draw a line depending on how you want to shape the tail. That's horrible. Okay. I'm just going to make the tail go down, then up. And now we're going to bone, yeah. A little circle at the tip. Basically, just draw the way you want the tail to be. With these little loopy lines, just be like, yeah. It's probably gonna want to be big at the tiny at the start, quickly go big, and then slowly go small. That was fail right there. All right, now connect them like so. And yes, I know it does not look anything like a tail right now. Erase all the lines on the inside. Fix it up if it looks as horrible as mine. And then, yeah. Just slowly erase and draw the tail very slowly. It might take a while to finish the tail. I find the tail is like the hardest part of this whole thing. I might have to add a third part to this video. Finish up the tail. Yes. If you want, if he has a underbelly, like if his belly right here is a different color than here, then obviously underneath. Yeah, the tail's a little up a little high, so I'm gonna cut that off. And make sure you draw his tail like over his butt, right? Because obviously the tail comes out from underneath him, not above him. So yeah, I kind of failed there too. Alright, there's that. Make sure where his tailbone will be, like where his butt is, where his tail will begin. So yeah, there. And there's this little pelvis. Oh yeah. Okay, that's his part. Pause and like next tutorial.